jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
WCS back on the boulevard once again, man. Shout out to everyone in the building. Back at it. I had to revive my two to square, you know what I'm saying, boxing and MMA recap. You know, it's been a minute. You know, you get into creating thumbnails and everything, you kind of forget about, you know, certain templates that you had out there, you know, just to keep it fresh, new, innovative. You know what I'm saying? Kind of step away from tradition and get into some new stuff. But shout out to everyone on the building, man. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday. And, man, I got a lot of information to open up, a lot of luggage to unpack. You know what I'm saying? You already know. You already read the topic. We're going to start off, you know, shout out to Brian Norman Jr., man. I hit him up because it's always good if you have somebody's number to call them up and tell them congratulations rather than send them a text. Because, you know, for me, it's just the effort that counts. You know what I'm saying? That effort of picking up the phone and telling somebody that's in the sport that's competing, you know, what's up, man? How you doing? Congratulations. You know, he signed with Top Rank Boxing Promotion. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him and his pops. You know, Brian may be boxing, but them two individuals do have their own business going on. They do work behind the scene. They're not just lounging around waiting on a fight. So that's what I appreciate, hardworking, you know, black men out here getting it in outside of boxing and doing for themselves. That's very, very important to note because a lot of these fighters don't have businesses. They don't have anything established and none of that. And it makes it even better that he's signed with Top Rank now. So you're going to see him step back in the ring first semester of 2023. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, look for this flyer that's out on IG January 14th. You know what I'm saying? Check him out. Follow him on IG. You know what I'm saying? He posted this flyer. That's the last post he had. And, you know, he's undefeated, man. 22-0, undefeated. And he's been waiting to get back in there. Real talk. So I wanted to give him a big congrats, man, on getting signed with the flagship of boxing promotions. And look forward to seeing him compete in the square. You feel me? And this is a fighter that's in the welterweight division. He was fighting at 140, but I think he's fully committed to 147 right now. So, you know, shout out to them. Congrats. And I'm happy for him, man. You know, him and his pops. I be who I be on deck, man. What's good with it, I be? Lost Art of Boxing, LAB. What's good, Q? What's good with y'all, man? So, you know, yeah, big shout out to him, man. You know, That's what fighters look forward to, man. You know what I'm saying? One situation don't work out for you, you wanna definitely go to plan B. It might take a little bit more, secure this route, but they got there. So now they with a stable promotion and look forward to seeing them compete. You know what I'm saying? Next week is coming hot and heavy. It's coming quick. It's here. You know what I'm saying? Next week is here. It's here. The infamous BLK Prime, Terrence Crawford stepping in the ring, main event in Omaha, Nebraska, is going to be here real soon. I mean, we don't have too many moons left. You know what I'm saying? Before this fight take place under the bright lights. He's going in there against David Avanesian. We've been talking about it, hearing about it, all this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that. Of course, that got to be last. That can't be in the middle. I just wanted to put it out there to fight. We're on the eve of the fight. It's not even with, Terrence Crawford's going there for his 6th title defense, man, of his WBA World Welterweight title. So we're going to get back to that. Let me get on Blue Blood. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blue Blood. I keep the same energy. If you do something that I feel that's conducive, I'm going to shout it out the way it's supposed to. I felt he did an outstanding interview with Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? Is it something that perked me up? I mean, that's what he's supposed to do, man. That's what he's supposed to do. I don't know why people hit me up and dropping. Look, they dropping me a link, the interview. Look, that's what we supposed to do as content creators, man. Great interview. Great interview with AB, because not too many people can get AB like that. But since he's supposed to be tied in with BLK Prime, it is what it is. But WCS is going to keep the same energy. If it's something, that's the difference between WCS and a hater. I just never been a hater. For real. When I respond to people, it's a reason behind me responding. I just never been a hater, bro. I've never been jealous of another man. You know what I'm saying? But if it's much deeper than online, then that's a different story. But solid interview with AB. It was good to see him conversing and having a dialogue. They pretty much talked about the big question with him stepping back in the ring. He feels good about getting the opportunity. He said fighters are going to go where the money at. I believe him wholeheartedly on that. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time about AB. He's gonna stay in character. I've seen this man several times when he wasn't fighting, and AB is still able to move the room. Seriously. When he was out of shape, AB didn't care, man. When he was in Baltimore Tank's fight, and you can obviously tell he's been eating well. He had a gut on him. He had a sleeveless jacket. He didn't care. He kept the same energy. That's him. If he like you, he like you. If he don't, he don't. He ain't gonna fuck with you. That's who he is, bro. For him to sit down and have a conversation and give it to the people, that's good. I tell people all the time, fighters, man, we all go through a stage, right, in life. But with fighters, they have to deal with a lot more company than the average civilian, especially in the position that AB's in, right? So there's certain things he might have done when he was younger, but he's getting older now. He might see it differently. He might be a bit more carefree to communicate. But he let it be known that pretty much when people say he don't let his hands go, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the norm when it comes to AB, right? People always say he don't let his hands go after 2013. After December 2013, he don't have to let his hands go. And like, if it's any fight I love looking at, is that fight with AB and Marcus Maidana, because he wasn't in the best of shape, but he fought through it. Even being mad with himself, he fought through the fight with Marcos Maidana, and it turned into a very entertaining fight. Like, Maidana got the best of him. No doubt about it. He won the fight hands down. They never been able to rematch that fight. They probably never will. Maidana went on to fight Floyd Mayweather twice, got paid handsomely, and AB moved on with his career. You know what I'm saying? You know, he would move on with his career. And, you know, a lot of people don't know this. But when he dropped back down and picked up that WBA, that WBA title, I think it was a WBA title at 140. You know what I'm saying? It's super lightweight. Because when he went up from 35, he skipped 40 and went to 47. And then, after the Marcus Maidana fight, he went back down to 40. And he ended up picking up another title. A lot of people don't know that, but it happened. It happened. And the wild part about it is that he lost to Porter prior to stepping in the ring with Khabib. So he was getting fights, man. That's what I tell people. Like, it's according to who you connected to. Adrian Broner lost easily to Sean Porter. And that was at a catchweight, y'all. And they still gave him a title shot at 140 against Khabib. And he stopped him in the 12th round. That's after dropping Sean Porter in the 12th round. So AB was he was a dangerous fighter back then. He was. He was a dangerous fighter. He was still in there dropping cats after the Marcus Maidana fight. So it's a respect that goes in there with AB, man. Like, he never been stopped, but he has these situations where a lot of fans love to hear him talk his trash before a fight. They love to see him go in there and put on the AB show. They was liking it when his pops was brushing his hair. You know, the African, you know what I'm saying, Mexican, Caucasian, Nigerian, you know, all his phrases that he came up with, man, them classic. But right now, he's about to venture over there to BLK Prime. He's been talking real good about him. And he's set to step in the square, which would be outside of 2 years when he stepped back in the square next year. You know what I'm saying? I think his last fight was like February 2021. So he going to step back in the square, having been out the ring for a good solid 2 annual calendars, y'all. 2 annual calendars. That's a long time to be out the ring. So now the fight fans are going to look at it like, I wonder who he fighting. Big Blunts and Boxing in the building. Captain Chaos on deck, man. What's good? Jones Jr. on deck, man. I always ask people, like, be more specific. About the sad day. I can't really figure out what you're talking about, brother. You know, what do you mean? Andrew Charles on deck, man. WCS salute to you, brother. So, pretty much, you know, AB talked about, in response to the question Blue had asked about, you know, him letting his hands go, which was a valid question. It's a valid freaking question. Seriously. You know, he answered it. And AB probably, he pretty much put it out there, all those people that said that if we fought, they wouldn't be saying that. That's what I know about AB, man. He has a sense of humor. Seriously. He's been in the ebbs and flows of responding to the media. That's just who he is. But one thing I can say about the brother, he keeps it real. Seriously, I know a lot of people say that shit. People gonna give him his criticism, but as a person, I guess as an older man myself, I look at it different with him. If he ain't fucking with you, he ain't fucking with you, dog. Real talk. That's just what he is. And then if he gives you the conversation, like when I called him in Texas, and he was over there just chilling, waiting on to check in. You know, he gave my first interview, and he chopped it up, and it was good. It was good times. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about him, he's gonna give you the straight up answer, 1,000%. Also, the question was asked that speaking in general about what's his mission. Right here on the second half of his career, what is the mission? It wasn't worded as what is the mission, but what is your goals? What is your objective? What are you looking to do? He said he definitely want to get back in the title hunt and pick up their championship. Blue asked him about being undisputed, which to me was a broad question because the man had been out the ring for 2 years. So talking about undisputed is out of the question. You know what I'm saying? He has to make weight and everything else before we even figure that out. He has to make weight and he has to go in there and win. And undisputed, you're not even in the ranking systems right now. So he really has to get settled, buckled up, you know what I'm saying? And get back into the groove and make it to the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because the Omar Figueroa fight fell through for whatever reason that was. So we just hope to see him next year come back in sound mind and body and get back in there and start his journey to climb that ladder back to the top. We're going to be here to watch it. Real talk. I wish AB nothing but the best, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, they mentioned, the situation with Tank Davis, which everybody seems to be talking about. I don't blame them. Tank Davis topics has been hot because these fighters want to pick and choose what sparring sessions they want to talk about. You feel me? And that irritates me a little bit because, like I said before, some of these fighters that's on the top echelon, they want to pick and choose when to bring up sparring sessions with certain fighters. But then again, they want to have all the cameras cut off when they spar in certain fighters. So how am I supposed to pull information and data from that? If for this fighter right here, you don't want no cameras. But for this fight over here, you didn't mind nobody having no cameras. So I'm saying to myself, why the confidentiality? If you're going to have the cameras rolling for this fight over here, then you should have had it rolling for this fight over here that you don't even consider a bigger fighter, next to your name. That's what I can't get with this sparring shit. Like, getting back to the topic, though. They brought up the sparring situation that Javante responded to on the Rise podcast. Shout out to them fellas or Upton Boxing. And Tank pretty much put it out there that he had hurt Devin. And the way Broner had described it was that, yeah, it actually played out, that they were sparring and Javante, ended up hurting Devin and everybody jumped in the ring. AB said his boys from Cincinnati jumped in there, and then Bill Haney and his people jumped in there, you know what I'm saying? And then the sparring resumed, and he was honest. He said, yeah, Devin Haney got off. He said, but Tank was getting off the plane. He wasn't in the best of shape. I can kind of, relate to that sort of kind of in him saying that Tank might not have been in, the best of shape getting off a plane and stuff because of what I seen down here in Atlanta. But that doesn't make him any less of a savage, bro. So it was sad that he hurt him. He hurt Devin bad. So that's from AB. That ain't from WCS. That's from AB, from Blue Blood Sports freaking interview. Then he goes on the speak on why he didn't sign Tank. He said he was too young. You know what I'm saying? He was too young. And a part that I left out was the fact that AB said if they would have had on 8-ounce gloves, it would have been over. He would have knocked them out cold. And that's a big deal that people don't take into consideration. You are using bigger gloves in sparring. You know what I'm saying? You're pretty much throwing more punches in sparring. You're supposed to. So the glove is there to protect your hands, not to punish the fighter. See, they talk about how boxers are able to load up on punches and gain maximum velocity and putting that into their punch output. You got to understand, too, they have a lot of padding in those gloves in sparring. And then when it comes time for competition, they wear the 8 to 10s or whatever, And fighters can still break their hand in those gloves. So imagine what the mixed martial artists have to deal with 4-ounce gloves. It's all about where your punch placement is. But getting back to that, AB just put it out there. The gloves would have been smaller, would have been different. And we done heard Devin and Gervonta sparring sessions. They said that Devin was very young. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit happened. If you want to get in the game that young and go up here with the big dogs or fighters that's coming up, they got a name out there, and you want to spar them, it happens, bro. So this is no different. It happens. You know what I'm saying? The Young went up in there in the ring to prove himself, and it went the way it went. The same thing they said about Teofimo. Then you see the sparring out here with Ryan Garcia and Rollo Romero. It's sparring footage out there everywhere, bro. It's sparring footage out there everywhere. But it ain't no sparring footage of Gervonta Davis and Brian Norman. I'm just saying. It's sparring footage out there with Brian Norman and Jahad Tucker. And the only reason that is because when the question was asked from both parties, do you mind me recording the video? I don't care what you do. Do you mind? I don't care what you do. That was point blank, quick and simple, dog. Both sides, both fathers. I don't care. We don't care. If you want to record it, record it. But then when it came for that same person to spar Tank, it was so strict. No cameras. Cut him off. No. I'm like, if he ain't that big of a deal and he ain't somebody you should be concerned about, and you think people was clout chasing, they should have left the cameras on then and let the damn fans decide. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, goddamn, you should have let the cameras be rolling. But that shit almost turned into CSI, bro. Man, look. That scene, it could have been massive. It could have been multiple homicides up there. Seriously. It was just, it could have turned bad quick. It was so much tension in there. Just like when AB saying there was a lot of people and there was a crowd up in there. See, people was taking pictures and all that. That's all cool, because it was that gym and those people felt they had permission to do that. But then when it was down here in the A and, we in the grind house, everybody want to shut down the cameras. We got the order, shut down the camera. Dude, you can't force nobody to do anything, but you do it because you want to see the sparring. So if you didn't do it, you get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't do it, you're going to get kicked out. So you don't put the camera, you can't take pictures. And the size ring that they was in, it turned into a legendary sparring match. Now, for some reason, I don't know, man. Like I'm gonna tell it what it is with the sparring session. Like, man, I'll leave that for another live. But all I'm saying is, certain people pick and choose what sparring session they want to put out there and which ones they don't. I'm just keeping it down the middle, bro. Anyway, AB goes on to say, man, that he talks about how he was too young to sign him to About Billions. I get it. That's not the first time I heard that. I get it. And he also put it out there that apart from anything, he just want to get back to where he's supposed to be. He's just trying to get back to where he want to be as a fighter. So, with that said, AB understands what needs to happen. I think he acknowledged, that he needs to come back in shape. You know what I'm saying? He needs to go in there and put in a solid performance. You feel me? I'm not going to go through the entire interview. I'm just doing little snippets and talking points. Then, with the Devin Haney situation and everything, I thought he would elaborate just a little bit more about it. But then it switched over to the Terrence Crawford. He asked about Terrence Crawford and BLK Prime. He said he was going to be up there to support this week. So AB is going to be in the house. And for those of you like myself, you'll be able to see, how people gravitate to AB. Even him being out the ring for damn near 2 years, people still gonna come up to him and want to talk to him and everything. I mean, that's just the way he does it. That's just the persona that he has, and the people, gravitate to him. But also in the building is gonna be Terrence Crawford, and the house should be packed, man. You know what I'm saying? The house should be packed. So he's hyped to be with BLK Prime. He said when it comes down to boxers, they're gonna run to where the money's at. And he's right. Why not? They did it for Triller. It's certain fighters that got paid real nice from Triller. Has nothing to do with the Teofimo and Kambosos fight falling through. It's some people that got paid pretty good with Triller. Going over there getting some fights. The opponent was okay, but the paycheck was real nice. That's the same thing with BLK Prime. They're getting in there while the buds, are there. Like the seed is just about to blossom and everything and start to grow. They want to get over there while the money's fresh. And they need some big names. So that's where they at with it. That's where they at with it, man. So for those people that's going to be on deck, look forward to the fight being amazing. AB is going to be able to support his comp here at BLK Prime and everything else. So let's talk about pretty much what he said about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. He pretty much acknowledged that was the biggest fight. He pretty much acknowledged that Bud Crawford is number one pound for pound. I expect the Spencerholics not to talk about it because they've been pretty much stunned right now. You know what I'm saying? They're in a state of depression because they just don't see their idol going around here and talking and having interviews. You know what I'm saying? They don't see none of that. But he did acknowledge that Bud Crawford was number one pound for pound. And he also mentioned that when it comes to Errol Spence, he don't see him fighting Keith Thurman. Now, to me, his response as to the why he doesn't see Keith Thurman being an opponent for Errol Spence is simply off the strength that Errol Spence is still upset that Keith Thurman didn't show him any attention. Let that marinate just a little bit. Hell, understand where I'm going with it. We have another fighter mad because they didn't get the attention they deserve right when they wanted it. So Errol Spence wanted Keith Thurman to show him all the love in the book, when Keith Thurman potentially or possibly may have felt that Errol Spence, who are you? What have you done? You just got a title and you want to come for me? Whatever Keith Thurman was thinking about, he didn't give him the shot. So AB put it out there that Errol Spence felt some type of way because he said he'll never fight the dude. Now, doesn't that seem funny? Because when Buds call people out, people take offense to it. When Bud's calling fighters out, they take offense to it. They make up all the excuses in the world. But these are the same fighters, right, that's not holding anyone of their compeers accountable. Errol Spence is not holding freaking Jamel Charlo accountable for the Demetrius Andrade. You know what I'm saying? For Bud Crawford, he's not holding him accountable for shit. Jamel ain't holding down Errol Spence accountable because he feels the exact same way. He feels it's okay for him to deny, Keith Thurman a fight. I'm pretty sure the audio that spoke for itself, I'm pretty sure that a conversation went on behind the scenes and they pretty much told him this is what's going on whether you like it or not. You can't do nothing about it. You're fighting him. So if by chance AB is spot on with this prediction, with his prognostication, right? That means Errol Spence is probably coming off one of those belts. That's going to be the beginning of the fragmentation, which has already been put out there. Potentially, he will come off those belts. Or let's see if he tries to sign a fight with Bud Crawford, which should be much more money than he'll make with Keith Thurman. But who knows? It's all about Al Hammond and what he's arranging. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about over there. I need to see that house, Tucker versus Norman Jr. one day. The sooner the better. I don't have no control over that. I'm the one that recorded it, but it's in the hands of Team Tucker. So whenever they choose to release it, you know what I'm saying, Blunts? Cool. But out of respect, I gave it to them. I didn't even put it out there. So you have to get with Team Tucker on that. Whenever they choose to release that sparring, that's where it's at, bro. Cooking with Sir Senior on deck, man. What's good, Senior? Salute, bro. Shout out to Shaw News, man. The Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime Shaw, in the building. I said undisputed. Sounded like Charlo. But it was a good interview, though. Good to see AB looking healthy. Yes, sir. Undisputed was such a wide open suggestion for a guy who's been out the ring for 2 years. I wouldn't even mention that. But I'm not here to nitpick, you know what I'm saying, at Blue's interview. I mean, it was a good interview. I'm not taking nothing away from the interview. It was a good interview, but that's what he's supposed to do. We're not jumping up doing calisthenics because he did something he's supposed to do. If you choose to be a full-time freaking content creator, you do what you do. For real. You do what you do. I mean, what are y'all touching my inbox up for? For what? That's what he's supposed to do. There ain't nothing different. Now look, I might goddamn go run 5 miles if Bud Crawford showed up on there. Then I would say, you know what? I got a little bit more motivation than I did before. You know what I'm saying? Bud actually dropped in and freaking silenced all the naysayers and gave him an interview. That would be different. That would be different. Real talk. That would be different, but it didn't happen. So him getting AB on there, man, I don't have nothing to say about that. It was a good interview. It was a good interview. Hands down, point blank, period. It was a good interview. Real talk. Sparring shouldn't be spoke upon, but it's going to keep happening. Okay, this is the way I feel about that. About sparring shouldn't be spoke on. Which one is it going to be? Should sparring be spoken on, or should it be kept silent? Should it be in the confidentiality? Because you go to one gym, all the trash talking start, all this false betting, these wolf tickets and shit. I bet this, and this. Everybody in there millionaires. They can put stacks and bands on it and all this. All of a sudden, it can be recorded. Nobody has no problem. Nobody has a problem with it. But then you take away that same sparring with another fighter that may be on the come up, and you deprive him of that. Like, you're talking about recording somebody when they was a teenager and talking about a situation, but you get mad at somebody like myself if I'm mentioning a guy that's around my way that stepped in the ring and they was damn being so hostile about cutting the cameras off and shit. So why are we talking about Devin Haney and Gervonta? We can't talk about Gervonta Brian Norman. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it 100. Why can't we do that? Because when it was Jahad Tucker and Brian Norman, both sides said they didn't care. And there was less people in the gym. But when it came to Brian Norman, Gervonta Davis, and the shit was packed out in there, it was just like people acting like this shit was on ESPN live and living color. It got hostile, man. Look, bro, when I tell you, it could have went bad, real bad. It could have went bad. Like, the block was in there. Shot callers was in there. Shit. Hey, why deprive that man of that? Why? I promise you. I promise you. I'm going on record with this. Tank Davis sparring with Brian Norman Jr. I can confirm, I can tell you without even being there that it was way more exciting than Gervonta and Devin Haney. You know why I say that? Because Devin was a teenager back then, from my understanding. He was still growing into that, or whatever the case. These are two freaking grown men in there throwing hands. I know for a fact the couple of days he sparred down here with Tank is way better than that sparring session everybody's talking about. It just happened to be where the place it took place. I mean, where the gym it took place. That's all. That's why people are talking about it. And it's good for conversation right now. That's all. That's where I'm going to leave it. That's all that is. But it was okay for Ivan Redcast to be on the front end of your gloves all wobbly and shit, and somebody's filming that. I got it. Andrew Charles, if fighters want to claim this and that and sparring, then I want them to show me in the ring. No doubt. What's going on, Pop, in the building, man? Salute to you, bro. What's that link about, bro? Hold on for a second. I was just Devin Haney talking about the sparring session. Listen, I heard it from both sides. These guys are not going to tell the truth on the sparring session. That's why you're hearing it from a third party. Adrian's going to give you the truth, you know what I'm saying, even though that's his boy. You know what I'm saying? He gave you pretty much the truth. Devin's not going to give you the truth. Gervonta's not going to give you the truth. But people need to understand from what I've seen, right? Check this out. It may be times that Gervonta may stop. It says nothing. Because at the end of the day, he has to split the ropes in front of under the bright lights to compete. That's what matters, man. This sparring shit, he quit first. Who cares, bro? You know how many fighters that don't have good sparring sessions and they want to shut it down? They still have a career. They want to shut down a sparring session, but yet they still go in there and perform in front of the bright lights. No, not everybody in that arena know about the sparring session. All they know about is the fighter that they see in front of them going in there to compete. They're not talking about no sparring session, man. At the end of the day, man, people only care up to a point. If you ain't gonna get in the ring at this point in time, man, a sparring session, folklores, who cares, bro? I got the best of you. You got the best of me. I got the best of you. I got the best of you. No, I got the best of you. Who cares, man? Are y'all gonna fight or not? Seriously, that's all I'm saying. I don't consider the horse's mouth. I get it what you're saying. You hearing it from, but understand. You know, some of that shit is ignorance fatuus, misleading, bro. Each fighter's gonna tell their part of the story, what they want you to hear. Seriously. That goes for both sides. That goes for both sides, man. Unless you have that shit on film for the people to judge for themselves, then what are we talking about? What are we talking about, man? He said Bud was the best. They didn't like that. Yeah, for sure, man. You know, he put it out there. You know, he was honest. He said Bud's number one pound for pound. Now, that's what he said. That's not what I said. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I said. But if you want to go over there and check out the interview, all you have to do is look for the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? You know, you go over there, look for the thumbnail on Blue Blood Sports TV, and check out the interview, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the thumbnail over there. You know, that's AB. About Billions, Adrian Broner. So go check out the thumbnail. And let me just set something straight for the people. Man, just because, you know, he brought AB on there, it is what it is, man. That don't have shit to do with the way I feel and my reaction in the past months and what I think about the dude. I ain't no hater. I sit up here and give kudos where kudos is deserving for me, my oxygen. I don't care about anything else. Drop a link. I just cut my hair today. Okay. You know, I will. Let me see. Give me about 5 more minutes, man. I gotta talk about this. I have to talk about this second half. Jameson said, "Yes, sir. The trilogy tomorrow. Bud and Tio on the 10th. Got a month of boxing to cap off a pretty good year. Hope you're doing well, WCS. Really excited for these fights." I appreciate that, Jameson. Real talk. Salute to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Always thank you for your support. Yeah, the trilogy between Juan Estrada and Roman Gonzalez goes down tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? The weigh-in is official. Both of them balance the scales out. It's going down. Shout out to Tony Boswell in the building. Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stop in to show support and hit the like button. Salute. Salute to your brother. Hope all is well with the fam and everything. You know what I'm saying? Hope your day went well at work. You already know. Shout out to the OG, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more in the building. Salute my brother WCS. Damn good live you did today. You know what I'm saying? Bruce be having the legends on deck. Seriously. Bruce be having the vets, man. Seriously. That's the area he can speak on, man. Man, appreciate what you do out there, Bruce. Real talk. Appreciate what you're doing out there. I was on the live both days. You was going live when Tank and Brian was sparring. Oh, okay. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. It's just I couldn't really go live, keep the live active when they start telling people, you know, you don't cut your cameras off, you getting kicked out or whatever. They was real forceful on that shit. Like, man, you was actually committing a crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, Norman didn't wanted the cameras on. That I know. I was there. Norman Sr. wanted the cameras on. But Tank them didn't. Let's get that established. That's fact. That's fact. Real talk. Norman Sr. didn't care. He said, let's keep him on. Because if you don't know, Tank and Junior, Lil B, had sparred when he was 16 years old. Sound familiar? Didn't AB say that Devin Haney was a teenager back then? He was in the ring with Tank. So was freaking Brian Norman. He sparred Tank. I didn't hear the same story. I'm just putting it out there. I didn't hear the same story. I didn't hear the same story when Brian Norman stepped in there at 16. I didn't hear the same story. That's all I'm saying. I didn't hear him getting hurt. I didn't hear none of that shit. So coming full circle to ATL, you know, they want the cameras off, and it was a legendary sparring session. Real talk. That shit would have been at 20 plus million views by now. Seriously. If they would look, if that whole sparring session would have been out here, bro, come on. Stop the madness, man. It was bombs over ATL, bro. Off the clock? Man, stop it. Stop it, bro. I really don't care about the sparring talk. Plus, whoever brought it up is the person who needs to keep quiet about it, in my opinion. Yes, sir. But, you know, Gervonta's reply was, I think it was one of those replies that was warranted as a fighter. Why I say that is because when Blue want to say it's two people that can beat Gervonta, and the last one is Gervonta. Gervonta responded like, you got the last part right, because them dudes can't touch me. And of course he's gonna bring up the sparring. Of course he's gonna bring it up because he already heard before what they said about him, and he's gonna retort and rebut it and say what he has to say on it. It's always gonna be a braggadocious moment there where they gotta prove who got the best of who back then. That's just the way it is, bro. That ain't nothing new. Of course Tank gonna talk his shit. Devin gonna talk his shit. That's just the way it is, bro. And you know Team Tucker gonna talk their shit. Norman them gonna talk their shit. When you hear it in sparring sessions, everybody gonna talk their shit. But you have to, you can't just go in there for one round. Okay, we're not talking about one rounders, two rounders. We're talking about, man. You know, we're talking about the moment. We're talking about the moment. We're talking about the moment that people look at. Like, every sparring session ain't the same. It just ain't the same, man. Everybody's not going to bring up a sparring session all the time because it just don't have those type of memories to bring it up. But our respect is out the window, especially when these cats start to grow up and they're pretty much neighbors in the same division, and people start talking about them stepping in the ring, and then the gloves come off, right? It's bare knuckle. It's like, oh, well, we don't want to talk about that sparring session that you had. That shit can be 8-9 years ago, and they bringing it up now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody trying to hear that. Rashid, what's good? On deck with it. I remember when Mike Tyson was champ, all the guys who talked about what they did against him in sparring and the amateurs, Tyson KO all of them as pros. I know, man. These dudes up here, you know, talking about sparring, I don't blame them. They fighters. They have every right in the world to talk about what happened inside the gym in between fights. I've been to several sparring sessions. I even been to a sparring session with Albert Bell. Shout out to Hot Rod for giving me that opportunity. I was in a sparring session with Albert Bell. Okay, Albert Bell is one of those low-key, out of sight, out of mind, quiet, cerebral fighters, right? And look, WCS wouldn't be able to speak on it unless I actually seen him put in some rounds. I seen him put in some rounds, like 8 rounds or something like that. 8 or 9 rounds with this fighter. 8 or 9 rounds with this fighter. It wasn't a huge crowd in there, nothing. But what I know and what I've seen him being able to do round for round, switching up styles and giving different looks round for round, I'm looking at Albert Bell like, God damn, this dude is talented. Like, I seen him fight on TV, and a lot of what goes on in the ring of TV, it may not be something that resonates to you and what you seen in sparring. I seen this man do some amazing, like, dude is mad talented, bro. But you can't speak on it unless you dare to see it. And when I found out he was up there sparring Kambosos, I was like, man, he's probably up there fucking Kambosos up. For real. He's probably up there fucking Kambosos up, real talk. Because dude is talented. And he ended up dropping that fighter. You know what I'm saying? So out of respect, you know, I'm not going to sit up here and drop names like that or anything and shit like that. It's confidential shit. But, you know, shout out to the Prince, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be at these sparring sessions to be able to talk about it. You can't be at the sparring session if you ain't in the gym. Right, Showtime? I know. But shout out to that interview and everything. You know what I'm saying? Good interview. Solid. Like I said before, I'm not going all the way in detail. If you want to check it out, go to his channel and check it out, man. For real talk. Damn good interview. If you want to see the interview, go to his channel and check it out. You know what I'm saying? As I mentioned, let me get this link ready. As I mentioned earlier, Bud Crawford is set to step in the square next week. The time is finally here. You know what I'm saying? The link is in the chat. The time is finally here. It's a lot going on. If you haven't heard, you know, he's fighting David Avanesian, and people's been talking about him. He's the biggest topic in the YTC, and people just couldn't keep their mouths closed. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people they can't talk about Errol Spence without bringing up Bud's name, but they can bring up Bud's name without talking about Errol Spence. Seriously, they can absolutely do it. So the point I'm trying to make is, after all that energy You have exhausted. I still haven't heard anything about freaking Errol Spence yet, bro. Where's he at? You know what I'm saying? Should we get some headlamps and go into some of these caves? Where's he at? I heard he was going into the goddamn mountains. You know what I'm saying? The quarries of Africa. You know what I'm saying? I heard he was in the skies of Africa. He was going out there to find out what his inner soul was telling him. He was going to have the tribesmen, the chiefs, read his palms and see, you know, how to turn him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then we see him at a local fight. But still no fight date. So are y'all going to be disappointed if this man don't fight Keith Thurman coming up? The link is in the chat. Just so y'all know, the link is in the chat. I just dropped the link in the chat, man. Are y'all going to be disappointed if the belts become frayed? They're no longer linked up after all the heavy lifting just to get off the belts because he don't want to fight one fighter. Are y'all going to respect that? Real talk. Are you going to respect it? I need your honest opinion. I need your honest answer. Are you going to respect that? You talked and talked and talked and hours upon hours and upon hours of your life talking bad about this man. Right? That man being Bud Crawford. Bud has a fight coming up. But what about the guy with the promoter? Why haven't anything been announced? Why hasn't it been official? We're going to go off a like standard now just because he don't like him. I thought at the end of the day, you know, just like on Bruce Gass podcast, right? The guy was like, the guys, you know, back in the day would have walked over some of these guys. And I already know he was going. Because when you see a lot of these guys training in the gym, they busy worrying about how many people in their lives. You know what I'm saying? They worry about how many people, not all of them, but they worry about how many people on their live streams. They want to put everything out there, them training. Back then, it wasn't no cell phones. You know, it was just doggy dog. You get your training in. That's what it was. Things have changed. Back then, they didn't like somebody. They stepped in the ring and handled it. Today, you don't like nobody. I don't like him. He don't have as much followers as me. They be sucking their teeth. Man, come on, stop. What are you talking about, man? Did you see my Twitter? You know how many people retweeted my tweet? Please. That's the type of mentality we in right now. Like, mother be sucking their teeth. What? Man, please. My IG booming. Man. Can't stop me. Look how many IG, followers I got. But we got guys that don't like guys, and they blackball them out the motherfucking ring. They don't even want to fight, man. I'm serious, bro. That's the way it is. If it pertains to you, it pertains to you. You know who you are. But you wanna not step in the ring with somebody because they didn't give you an immediate shot when you kept calling them out like you was stalking, desperate, just because you didn't appease him right away. You didn't accommodate. Look, he didn't accommodate Spence right away. So Spence is now upset and holding grudges. Man, that is so petty and childish, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is your opportunity to show him, like, okay, you didn't want to fight me then. This is the reason why I think you didn't want to fight me. Let's sign the contract. Nah, I don't want to fight that guy Thurman. Set me years ago. I really wanted to fight him. He didn't give me the opportunity. Come on, bro. You still end up getting the titles that he used to have. How petty do a nigga gotta be, man? Why can't you just understand you in the hurt business? Everything is business, right? You in the hurt business, right? So why you act like just because Thurman didn't placate your request, you got to turn around and show him like you're a little teacher in an elementary school or something. You waving a ruler around. Nope. Go stand in the corner. I mean, what are we talking about? You don't want to give the fight fans what they want? They want to see you and Thurman right now. Because you gotta hydrate your fans with something. They pretty much dehydrated, fucking around talking about Bud Crawford all day. So now you standing out here by yourself. You don't want to not fight him and then blow the damn Bud Crawford fight. Or if you're not gonna fight him, you need to sign the contract, like your people say, to fight Bud in 23. You need to find the loophole in that. That's what you need to do, Spence. Find the loophole. You know what I'm saying? And see which direction, which side of the wishbone that you want. You want the side of you and Crawford. You want the side of you and Thurman. Because you know it's always loopholes now. It's always extensions that can be placed on that. So people, I'm telling you, he can figure it out. He can figure this shit out. Does he want to fight Keith Thurman? If he don't, and he don't, revisit Bud Crawford and sign the contract and make sure that shit happens, he's gonna end up vacating that title. It's gonna be stripped. Watch what I tell you. We're gonna hope and pray that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Because the real talk, I just want it to be a fight for all the belts. What's good, that Q? I don't know why my shit didn't pop up and sound off, bro.
Man, what's good with you, fam? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. You say you cut your hair, so you cut the locks off, bro?
Oh no, not never.
Oh, okay. Man, be clear, dog. I say what? What brought that on?
Nah, not never. I can't do that. Nah, I wouldn't even be myself. I wouldn't know how to feel. I done had my hair so damn long.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Had my shit since like junior in high school. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And then all the hair I done cut so many people dreads off. I never even braids. I never met a person that I cut their dress off that they didn't regret it or grow their hair right back out or some shit. So I'm like, nah, I never do that. I can't do it.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Shit.
He said Albert Bell should be getting a title shot this year. He fought for the NAWBO. Yeah, Albert Bell, man, he's very, very talented. Real talk, very talented dude, man. I learned some shit watching him spar that day. Every round, he went 8 or 9 rounds and gave a different look every round. Literally, a different look, a different style every round. Dude is talented.
He just showed a little clip of him in sparring. I don't know when it was, but he just put it up on his IG. Man, Albert Bell, dude super nice, and that's one of the reasons why Top Rank, they just mutually just like, he like, man, they couldn't get him no fights because it was like they gave Shakur the choice to fight Albert Bell or Nakatilia. And you seen who Shakur fight. And after he chose that was like one of the last matches that they was trying to find for Albert Bell, and they couldn't get no fights. Nobody at Top Rank wanted to fight him, so they just like, man,
you talking about Nakatilia at 130?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like when Shakur had moved up,
yeah,
they had and he was, trying to get a fight for somebody at 130. They was like, shit, we got Nakatilia, we got Albert Bell. And I
mean, Albert Bell's a dangerous fighter, man. He's tall, lanky, and he's very educated. I mean, dude is a talented fighter. Seriously, real talk.
Super talented.
What's going on, Showtime?
Man, yo, listen, salute to Q, salute to WCF. I want to say this, man. Salute to Albert Bell, man. And shout out to Coach Darren Riley out there in Toledo, Ohio. He worked with Albert Bell's father. He worked with Albert Bell. Albert Bell's the problem, man. Tommy Hearns at 130, man. Yep, they know the vibes. Tall, long, mean, and strong, man. Yep. That's all I'm going to say on that, right? But I like how you was cooking about Spence and Thurman. I want to say this. They've been feeling the pressure from us, the smaller channels, because we the ones that putting the videos out there that say, yo, you the one that said you would never fight Keith Thurman. So now all of a sudden they're gonna force a boss, the big fish, the big tuna, to fight that man.
Not the tuna.
Word, the big fish. You gotta fight him. But yo, you the shot caller, top shotter. Wagwan. You the top shotter. Wagwan. They're gonna force you to fight this man. So shout out to AB for jumping on Blues Clues platform and putting that out there, man. Putting that out there. And listen, like WCS said, we know haters over here, man. I'm not gonna stay on that long. Shout out to Brian Norman Jr. Salute, young brother. Happy to see you on board with Top Rank. You know. But just know, we ready. We ready. We ready. We ready for war.
Hey, my nigga shot be lit. I be catching you.
I tell them Q's to stop fucking with Shaw on this shit. He in the trenches over there. You know what I'm saying?
Kept my nigga Shaw before he go to work. So early, cause me and that bitch cooking, man. Salute that boy Shaw, dude.
Yes, yo, salute to you boys, man. Listen, I'm gonna get off, man. Like I said, man, shout out to Team Norman Jr., man. I'm glad y'all got in, man. Like I said, we not haters over here. We want to see everybody eat, man. Cause you know you got a lot of brothers on here that try to sabotage, undermine, and backdoor. Nah, we ain't about that, man. Come to the table, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. And yo, WCS, man, I can't wait to link with you this week, man. I just appreciate everything you did for me, man. You know, you see where my brand is at right now, man. Not for nothing. I got approved for all type of credentials, you know, my media marketing team and all that, man. So listen, y'all might see me in a sports coat blazer at the fights, man. You know, y'all might see me moving real differently at this fight, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you're gonna look brand new. You're gonna be smelling like, you know, just fresh out the box. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yo, salute to you, brother. Shout out to Q. Shout out to WCS. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Yo, listen, man. Yo, later for all the views, likes, and subs and all that. Support the real channels out here giving you the real substance. It's just like in the streets. Yo, when it came to 2 for 5, yo, blue tops, you're gonna get that real work, right? If that shit is watered down work, you're not fucking with it. Come get the real work from the real channels, man.
No doubt about that fire, bro.
Salute y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Love is love, man.
Yeah, love you, brother. Appreciate you pulling up as always, man.
I don't know if it's me or if it's you. Your audio kind of.
All right, hold on.
I don't know. Oh, it's good. It's good now. It's good now. Yeah, I think it's good now. Yeah, man. Yeah, like he said, man, the small channels really where it's at, man. It's that underground shit, man. The underground boxing, man. Like my boy say, man. Hey, that's where the real at. That's where you gonna get that real shit.
Let me get this super chat out the way, Q, right quick. Let me get this super chat. Shout out to Jamal Neezy on deck with his $5 super chat in the building. Appreciate your support, my brother, always, man. Thank you. Hey, man, what's up? I heard you found 100 mil for you and I to spar each other. My only question is, what about the back end? Keep growing, bro. You ain't never lied. What about the back end, man? I get 100 mil, guarantee upfront money, but I want to know about the back end. You ain't never lying there, Neezy. Man, shout out to you always pulling up to the boulevard and supporting the channel. Real talk. Real people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boxing Conversation, Reggie Owens. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up there, Reggie. You know what I'm saying? Warren on deck. What's good? Yo, what you were saying there, Q?
Oh yeah, man. Like yeah.
Can you hear me?
Man,
okay.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, man. Support the small channels, man. Especially the ones you seeing around. You like, man, hold up, like where they got like 12, 13, but they always live. You know what I mean? You catch them 2, 3, 4 times a week. That's where you know they're real at. They gonna try to not talk about it. They gonna shun you. They gonna try to down you cause you got a small channel. All that, man. Fuck all that, man. Get their real shit out, man. It don't fall on deaf ears. Like I always say, I'd rather have motherfucking 5 real niggas in my panel or in my chat than 100 busters, and that's real
Hell
shit.
yeah. I totally feel you on that. I'm on board. I concur. 1,000. I concur with you on that. I told people way back when. I say, if it's the baker's dozen, then it's the baker's dozen. Let's cook. You know what I'm saying? If it's 13, 12, 11, 10, whatever the numbers are, it is what it is, man. I'd rather have the real ones that I know for a fact in the chat than people that's AI that's not even really communicating. It's all good. But back to the cook, bro. But back to the cook with it, and then y'all make sure y'all sub to the Lost Art of Boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? Q, make sure, because hey, look, if you're gonna go over there, I'm gonna tell you, if you get into it with somebody, you get into a debate with somebody, don't expect him to come out from the shadows and save your ass. He ain't gonna save you, dog. You're gonna have to fight that battle on your own. Real talk. And look, I that's why I kind of just let Chaos and Major Key go at it yesterday, because it's not like I ain't been in no debates, let people debate on my channel. It's just the fact I don't let it all happen too often. So they got off the way they got off. That's the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So don't expect him to come out the shadows and save your ass when shit get too hot now, because he ain't gonna do it.
Oh shit! Hey, you better bring your bulletproof vest, man. Shots get the firing in that.
You better bring a helmet up in that bitch. You better bring body armor up in that.
Shit like the Thunderdome.
Hey, you better bring some water to sip on behind the logo and shit, dog.
Yeah. Hey, or come to learn shit. That's like me. I ain't going nowhere thinking I know it all, man. I come to learn. I come in peace, motherfucker. Shit. You know what I mean? I always start off my show, man. I'm either gonna give you some news and reviews you could use, or you give me some news and reviews I could use. Goddamn me, cause shit. Hey, I can never know too much.
What's going on, Tyrese? What's going on, Dixon? So what's your take on this whole spill? Like, you hear Charlo always complaining and shit all the time about Bud calling him out. You talking about male Charlo, but then you look at Errol Spence that was calling Keith Thurman out every chance he got. He didn't get he didn't get the cosign. He didn't get the answer he was looking for. The yes. I guess he's spoiled. I don't know what it is, bro. Like, Keith Thurman didn't tell him yes when he was supposed to. Now, all of a sudden, they trying to put him on the shelf like, Charlo did Andrade. So, you think he going to fight Thurman? Or you think he's just going to be left in the dark, man, and they're going to come up and try to get this Bud Crawford fight signed?
Damn. That's a good question. Me, damn, I don't even know, man. I think this, bro. I hope Earl stand on his word and don't fight him. But if he got to, if we talking like, man, you fight Thurman or they take your belts, because that's pretty much like how they did Thurman for the WBC. I guess when he was injured, they pretty much just stripped him of the belt because he couldn't fight. And Danny and Sean Porter got the fight for it. Mm-hmm. So if it's a situation like that, he's not hurt, going there and shit. Like I said, bro, man, how I felt about it, I'm a roast him. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a roast him. The nigga said he'd never fight him, all this and that, bro. But at the end, I'm gonna just be truthful. Like, shit, I don't really care if he fight Keith Thurman, bro. I don't want him to fight him because I'm one of them people who I like people to stand on what they say. If you said it, then shit, stand on that shit. Now, if you
do you think, as boxing fans, man, that's just another fight that's starving us out, man. Real talk. That's just another fight. Like I know it's like an hors d'oeuvre. It's not the main entree we're looking for. The main entree is Crawford Spence, period. But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? They have to wait for the delivery truck to come in on that freaking Crawford Spence. Now we can give you some hors d'oeuvres though. What you want to see on the appetizer? The starters. You know what I'm saying? This is where we at with Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. Something has to happen. Either you're gonna sign for the freaking undisputed, or you got to go back on your word and fight Keith Thurman. Let's see how you fare.
Oh, I'm gonna take the hors d'oeuvre. You hear me? I'm gonna take
it's a check,
d'oeuvre.
right?
Why not? Shit. And I told Smoke earlier on this channel. Excuse me.
You on that diesel fuel, aren't you? You on that diesel strand, ain't you?
Hey man, hey. It's that gas, man. Hey. You know, shit. But I was telling Smoke earlier today. He was trying to, pretty much he was trying to down talk Bud being his own boss and doing what he do, and really much trying to look at it like, oh man, Earl, he this, he that. And I'm like, and trying to say pretty much because Bud was like, he ain't his own boss. How do you know he not his own boss? Well, I gave him this right here. Like, Earl, he for sure could be his own boss and do all that. But it's two different kind of bosses. Like me, myself personally, if I'm going to be a boss, I'm going to know how to do every aspect of my job before I have somebody else run it. You know what I mean? It's like this. Like if I own a burger spot, I'm going to know how to make everything on my menu. Hell no, I'm not going to make everything on my menu because I'm the boss. I got somebody hired to do it. So you're going to make the burgers. So what I think in the case of Al Heyman, bro, he got Al Heyman because he don't know how to do this shit Al Heyman do.
He isn't motivated to do it either.
And that's what I said. It would be different if you knew how to do everything Al Heyman knew how to do, and you hired him because, man, I'm fighting. You know, that's what I'm doing. But you literally have him, and you rely on him, and you trust on him. Everything, like you gonna take his word over your own judgment. He's sitting there like, damn, I want that 25 M's. But for the simple fact, Al gonna tell you, nah, don't even worry about that, man. Get that shit off your mind. I got you. I'm gonna do it. That's what it is. Even if you do want that shit, you like, shit, I wouldn't really know nothing about it. I'm letting him do it. But, bro, he can sit at that table. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the type of boss he is, But I ain't gonna, so pretty much what I'm saying is this. Go ahead and go and fight him because I want you to stay busy. I do want the best fight. And I feel like, why would I want two fighters coming off over a year or a year and some change, layoff just because y'all was trying to make that fight and y'all don't want to do this? Like, nah, go in there, fight whoever you got to fight. I really don't care who you fight. That's why I don't care about the David Abernathy. I literally said a damn near 2 or 3 days before he made his announcement, like, man, I'm going to be moving around my pound for pound here. And, at the end of the year, shit, if them fools ain't fought, like, hey, Crawford might have to, inactivity a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Them other guys that's in the top 2, top 3, and shit like that, they pretty active, so him fighting, hey, that's what you supposed to do. What this performance talking about, shit, dude rank wherever he ranked. Nah, he not a name, but at the end,
I don't know who on your pound for pound list, but also, according to how a fighter go in there and be the fighter, what is the expiration on that? Because you're talking about somebody like what could possibly be the expiration on Bud's performance when it comes to a pound for pound when he went in there and stopped Sean Porter for the first time. So if he pretty much met a deadline that he placed upon himself to fight in 2022, regardless if he's fighting David Evanesian, he's coming off stopping Sean Porter and putting him in retirement. So it shouldn't be an expiration of just a mere freaking 12 months for him to have that accolade on his credentials and stand out, because that was a big deal. Fighters have soft touches sometimes. We don't know if Evanesian is going to be a super soft touch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we talk about soft touches, I always bring up how Sean Porter fought Sebastian Formella. For what?
Like, and didn't even stop him.
Dude. And didn't even stop him. He just chose not to stop him. He just let him go on into the 12th round because he didn't want to hurt the guy. But now Bud is stepping in him with Evanesian, and people act like the dude is not in the ranking system. So when you talk about the people that's above Bud, you got to look at who did they fight. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Alexander Usyk, yeah, he fought Anthony Joshua and defended his belts. All right, kudos, no doubt. But for Inoue, he's fighting Paul Butler now. We already know Paul Butler got the title. How? Because Casemiro missed weight. You know what I'm saying? And all that other shit. So he's about to go in there and unified bantamweight, and they have him above Bud Crawford. I mean, are we really gonna take that?
They got him above Bud.
Different? Yeah. In a way.
ESPN.
Ring had him up there. Bud. I mean, ESPN gonna have Bud up there. I'm just saying Ring, theirs a little bit different. They always keep either Canelo, and then Canelo lost. They put Usyk up there, in a way, shit like that. And Bud probably like third, Spence fourth.
Mm-hmm. Hey, World Combat, was you gonna be able? Was you gonna be free to do like a pound for pound list with me on my channel?
It'll be different for me because.
Or do you do?
Go ahead. No, I don't do pound for pound like I fuck around with the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But pound for pound top 10, it just gets a little crazy for my thought process, because for me, when I go past 5, now I'm really trying to dig deep as to why that person should be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like top 5 is pretty simple. They should be clear cut. Mm-hmm. It's easy. But when you take it to all the way down to 10, it gets a little gray, man. It gets a little gray as to why I'm putting those people where I'm putting them. I just never really involved myself in it. That's all. It's not like it's impossible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm like you. Like I only do 5, but I just started my channel like this year and stuff like that. So I'm like, I know people like the pound for pound. I usually keep it 5, but I was gonna do like 10. Probably 15, depending on the names people throwing out there for them. But I was gonna sit down, think, come up with 15. But yeah, I only do 5, and shit, I haven't even thought about changing my 5, for a minute. Probably like, I think last time I changed it was actually after Mel had won his undisputed. I moved him up. Really, I swapped him out for Earl. So
you swapped him out for Earl. I mean,
yeah,
they both are single division champions. So one's undisputed, one's not. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But people gonna look at it like it's not too much of a difference when you look at the opposition. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at how Spence picked up his belts, you know what I'm saying? Those people had losses. Even though Kell Brooks, was at a higher division, his people had losses. And then the same with Jamel Charlo, fighting Jason Rosario. He had losses. You feel me? So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I don't really look at the losses. I do look at the losses like, yeah, they lost. Depends on who and how, what they did, especially like, Tony Harrison. He lost shit. Jared Hurd, who had belts. Shit. So how I see Mel run is shit. his division, I feel like I think it's a pretty high competition level as far as like the guys that was up there, amongst each other. Uh, and then they all fought. The belts was exchanged. Nobody really had a reign over there, uh, other than Mel, and he actually don't have a long reign at this point. But he lost to Tony Harrison. I thought it it was close. It could have went either way. Um, he
And
came back.
Tony Harrison still campaigning in the same division. That's a trilogy right there. When you have a rubber match, I mean, come on, it's 1-1. Not too often you have a 1-1, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the Castano fight. The first one was a draw. You know what I'm
He
saying?
could,
So, he
that
won the second one.
Yeah, if he make it past Fondora, I think Tony Harrison could, but that chin, I like Fondora. I think he good, but I think a good boxer with timing and jab. I think he a man. He could get outboxed easy. But I ain't
I'm
gonna
gonna be
say
honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Q. Like seeing freaking, I mean, Carlos Ocampo go the distance with Sebastian. One or two things. I said, okay, we just seen Erickson Lubin, who people will say, without a doubt, that they don't think Carlos Ocampo is better than Erickson Lubin. But Lubin was stopped, and he took an extensive amount of punishment. Ocampo looked like he went in there and they moved around for the entire fight, and he got up out of there. Now on the other side, Sebastian could have just took it easy enough to the point. I don't know. I mean, that'd be dumb for me to say, casual like shit, but maybe he took it at a lower speed and just put in some rounds, and then when Tony Harrison get in there, he's gonna take it and shift gears. I don't know, but what we do know is that Erickson Lubin did expose him that he can be dropped. You know what I'm saying? He can be touched.
and that was a eighth round
Yeah, that
beat
was
up.
later in the fight. Yeah,
Like, and he literally was just so man that I'm like, like he get in there with somebody that can box, bro. And even like when he fought, was it Sergio Martinez?
who you talking about? Who you talking
Sebastian
about? He
Fondora. I'm bad. Sebastian Fondora. Didn't he fight? Who did he fight? Like I want to say it was like before him. I don't know. Let me check box rec. I'm not sure.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
who it
it
was.
was Garcia. It was Garcia, not Martinez. Garcia.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, man, dude was over there, man, coming over the top of his jab and all type of
Mm-hmm.
shit. I was like, nah. And I think he too tall to you. Like people talk about how tall he is and his reach. He used none of it. He don't fight tall. He don't. He not out there jabbing. He an inside fighter. He like
It's
he
not
like
like a black fighter can't go the distance with him. Like Javante Clark, of all the fighters I seen compete, I think Javante Clark looked the best in there against Sebastian Fundora when he had his moment when he fought him. He looked the best in my opinion. You know
you
what I'm
know
saying?
you know the guy, what was his name? James Tony nephew. He fought Ron Isley. He gave Ron Isley a decent fight earlier this year. Uh, he fought Sebastian Fundora. He went the distance with him.
You said James Tony.
Nephew, his last name Tony too. I can't remember his first name. I want to say
His name
it's
is
like
that's
James.
early in his career though, right?
Yeah,
That's early. You
early in
talking
his
about
career.
Vic or something like that?
Vic,
Vic or
is it Vic
something?
Tony? It might
I
be
think
Vic
it's something
Tony.
like Vic Tony or something like that.
Like
That's early in
yeah,
his career.
and he fought him, and he went the distance with him, and he
Yep.
got an interview. He had talked about it, like,
Mm-hmm.
and why they didn't put it out on camera because he said it was film. So I'm like, yeah, man. I I don't know, man. I think you put him in there. You put him in there with Charles Cornwell body. He getting smoked. Put him in
Yeah.
there with Conwell, he getting smoked. Uh, I don't think he good, but he don't use everything we people just look at him and see like, oh shit, he tall. What? He got a 75 inch reach or 8 or whatever, however long his arms is. Like he don't use that shit. I'm like, man,
And you know, we know Conwell. You mentioned Conwell's a physical fighter, dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a physical fighter. He showed
man,
that. So
if,
you know, you look at let's just say Nathaniel Gallimore. I like how Nathaniel, when he was trying to fight Sebastian on the inside and do those no look hooks, you know, he didn't really want to give away when he was coming over the top. And for a minute it worked, but he just didn't have the cardio to stay in there. He started taking punishment, and it just started looking bad. And they you know they stopped it at the 6th round because it was just getting bad. Just like my boy Donnie Marshall. Donnie Marshall tried to fight him on the inside, another brother, and they just didn't have the right game plan to basically relieve themselves of punishment. You know, be defensively minded while you giving offensive execution. They just didn't do it. They just try to overpower and, you know, oh boy, the Towering Inferno, man, he's tall as shit, dog. So you gotta know what you're doing in there.
yeah, you gotta know how to fight a tall fighter. But
Carlos
him, he
Ocampo went the distance, dog. It's just
with the
it
distance.
puzzles the fuck out of me, dog. Like,
Yeah, but I heard his dad, man. I heard his dad say he like, man, I try to tell him that, like box, do it on the outside. He like, man, he just like to fight. He just that's just how we fight, bro. Like, I don't know. And his dad trained him, so man. I think he is what he is. Like what we see him, I think he good. Like take it to another level. He even like in this last fight, he could have like maybe pulled back because he didn't even throw his uppercut in that fight that he brought, that we most definitely seen multiple times with him fighting Lubin. He didn't even bring that shit to the party in his last fight. So
and see, that's why I'm saying I think he was like just gassing at his own speed, trying to put in some rounds and work on some shit. Because, in my opinion, I feel that Sebastian felt he definitely felt no threat when Carlos Ocampo, so he was working on some shit. Now, granted, people look at it and frown and say, "Nah, man, he gonna go in there and get it out." No, that's not the case. Like Jahad Tucker just worked on some shit his last fight and went the distance. So sometimes fighters, if they know what their capabilities, they work on something new in the gym. They got a big fight coming up. They might use somebody like Carlos Ocampo to try to work on the shit. Because his face wasn't marked up. There wasn't no hematomas on that motherfucker. I mean, shit, he wasn't looking nowhere close to freaking Erickson Lubin, man. But
you said ain't no hematomas on that
motherfucker had his shit was knotted up like Martin, dog. I was like, God damn. I like the Hammer too. He was tough, man. He fought his ass off.
I think he was too cocky. I think he thought he could just bring it to him, and he did. But he should have been more methodical. He should have kind of broke him down. And I think he started too early. And shit. And man, boy, yeah, that shit was nasty. He was a mean underdog. I didn't even bet on that fight. That was crazy. Shit, cause I was 50-50 with it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, he beat the shit out of Lubin, man. That was crazy. But salute to Lubin, man. He pulled whatever he did with Ocampos, man. He did that. He probably lining some people up. Like, man, I ain't gonna let Tony Harrison, invite him into a little fight. And then shit, maybe even Earl Spence, you want to come up here if I got a belt, you know what I mean? You, hey,
I don't think Errol Spence. Man, people can talk all they want, man. I don't think he fare well in there right now with his lack of focus and whatever he got going on neurologically, man. I don't think he fare well in there with a fighter that he has to process different dimensions. The tallest fighter he ever would have fought. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Now you talking about a guy who digs to the body. Up to this point, Sebastian haven't showed us any vulnerabilities, any soft spots in the breadbasket. So if Errol Spence bread and butters to the body, well, he have to worry about those punches he's gonna be catching to his head, to his jawline.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he Earl Spence got a good body attack. He got real good body attack. But uh, at the elite level, I mean, I'll just say Sean Porter for instance. You heard Kenny Porter tell Sean Porter, I think it might have been the second round in the corner. He like, man, let him have the body. Take his head when he throw to the body, punch him in the head, put your OB, and like he did good. And I didn't really see Sean Porter gassing out or none of that shit. You know, I seen Sean Porter get clipped at the end, and bro, like people always talk about how hard he hit Sean Porter. Bro, Sean Porter glove barely touched the ground. And he got up talking about, come on,
Yep.
ready to fight. It looked totally different when Bud dropped him to the ground. His corner wasn't talking about amping him up, and Sean Porter wasn't talking about, come on. He wasn't doing that shit. He knew it was over. You know what I mean? So,
Even his look was different. Like when he got up in Spence, his response was the get back. All right, I'm here. I'm good. I'm here. Let's go. But when Bud dropped him, he was more concerned about the referee. He said, "What's the count again?" Hey, take that shit back down to 2, dog. Take that shit back down to 2.
Man, that nigga legs was all twisted and shit when he nigga whole body was twisted, beating on the ground and shit. I'm like, man, this nigga done spent your ass. Man, he picking you off. I'm talking about at perfect distance. Only he could touch you with. We talking that reach. He bing. Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Bud gonna be, hey, shit. Yeah. Every time I think about it, man, I do want to see that fight bad as hell. I'm ready for him to make it happen, man. But I remember you've been sprinkling little gems, bing, so. It is what it is, man, and I've been saying it, man. I don't know if they want to fight. Oh, fuck, bro. I don't know, man. That shit.
I don't know if they want to fight either, but I'm down to see a Boot Sentence. Everybody say he's the goods. I'm not taking away that he's the goods. I'm just saying like his record doesn't his record doesn't reciprocate. All the praise that's going on right now. He has to prove it, just like everybody else. He's no different. But that's what it is with me.
Brian Norman, he fight at 147.
Yep, 47.
He signed with Top Rank. Yeah.
Brian Norman, man, he's the truth too. Like he can fight too, man.
Yeah, and I mean me, I'm gonna be honest, I like it because I mean Top Rank, it's like with him, they really got like give you 2-3 fights. You know what I mean? Like 2-3 fights to see where you at until they start testing you, because I like him getting signed with Top Rank more than I like Boots getting signed with Showtime, for the simple fact, like, yeah, Boots young, he got 33 fights though. You talking about Brian Norman got 22. He, I think that right there is like, I think that's like damn near the same.
Yeah,
Boots,
I mean they're not fighting anytime. Okay, go ahead, my fault.
Yeah, I don't mean like them fighting. I'm not saying.
Yeah. That's why I said go ahead, man. Yeah.
I think I'm just looking at more as like a career and trajectory standpoint as far as like now, because it's like they putting Boots back. Like he going backwards. It's like he going backwards. It's like damn.
Like Thomas Delorme backwards. Goddamn Custio Clayton backwards. That's what I'm saying, dog. When you sign with Showtime, dude, it's time to step up, man. I'm pretty sure when Norman get his first fight next year, it's not gonna be a Thomas Delorme. I can almost guarantee you that it ain't gonna be no Thomas Delorme, bro. It's not gonna be a Thomas Delorme, man. It's not gonna happen.
Shit. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not gonna happen, bro.
You think they gonna start them off with a decent
I mean, that's
caliber?
what Top Rank does, man. They match you with decent opponents, man. Look at Jahaz Tucker record. Look at Keyshawn, all them fighters, man. Look at Xander Zayas. Even look at Nico Ali Wash, bro. Like they
What
was
he got
moving him
like
so fast.
11 fights now?
Yeah, I mean, they was moving him kind of fast until he had that tough fight and he changed trainers and he's been looking brand new ever since. But
Shit,
he's
he
still
done,
fighting pretty solid competition.
yeah, he done changed trainers at every fight, damn near every fight since then. And then he rematched like two of them fighters that he fought earlier too. So
Yeah, like Top Rank be matching you up with competition, man, that you're gonna have to fight. Real talk, you're gonna have to fight.
yeah, I think that's what they probably gonna do with Berlanga. They probably gonna make him rematch some of them a couple of them guys that he had them tough fights with. Like you going in the gym, bro, and work on that shit you know you need to work on. We gonna throw that same motherfucker back at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
that's what it is. Because we looking for you to be working on that. That's what you gonna need to be a world champion as far as like your style. That's what a matchmaker there for. You know what I mean? So and shit, I say they worth every penny. I ain't gonna lie. I like them top rank matchmaker. They be giving some good fights. They give me what I want to see at least, and in the fighters that they got. So even
I don't know per se when it comes to Angulo. Him biting him. I don't know if they're gonna rematch him with that. Even though he got frustrated, he was frustrated in there. The
I think
scorecards was pretty wide in that fight, so I'm not sure they're gonna get him a rematch. But you know, I don't know, man. Demon Nichols, man, Demond Nicholson. He the first one that went the distance. Them scorecards was wide, and you got to think about it. Like, I don't know, man. Who would he rematch? What is a good name for him to even get back in there and rematch that people want to see?
shit, it don't matter the name, just like it didn't matter with Nico Ali Walsh. Like shit, you had a tough fight with him. Shit, I need to see you. They need to see that shit. Like the fuck, we invested money in your ass, and we know Edgar, man, dude is he goddamn doing what's it called? He headlining and shit already, bro. Like,
I mean, but if he headlining, why he ain't fighting David Morrell yet, though?
shit.
I'm just saying, Morrell has less fights than he got. Why he ain't fighting David Morrell yet?
Shit, would you have him fight David Morrell?
I'm just saying, how is David Morrell has the amount of fights that he has, right? And he's sitting like 20 victories in, and David Morrell is sitting at 8. He just earned his 8th victory, and Edgar Berlanga's name versus David Morrell is not even coming up at all. You know what I'm saying? And Morrell just fought a 16-0 fighter. You know what I'm saying? So why isn't they trying to? The man has over half the fights that Morrell has. Why they ain't talking that? 'Cause they ain't sure of him. What's the deal?
Hell no, they ain't sure of him. Shit.
He
Hell no.
ain't took no L yet, though. If you ain't took no L, shit,
Bro,
you should be on point.
Bro, he literally just tried to he literally bit somebody, bro.
Hey, tell him to bite Morrell and see what happened.
Bro.
Buy the Cuban. Buy the Cuban.
Bro. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Bite David Morrell and see if he don't put that glove in your mouth.
we most definitely can't put him in there with Morel, bro. Like, you
I
out
don't
here.
get that. I don't get why that's the case.
So
Why
you
we can't put him in there
bro,
with Morrell, dog?
just think. You know, but I'm like, just think.
20 and 16 knockouts.
Think
He got up on the
how
rope saying, I'm a monster.
nigga,
I'm a monster. That's what he said. So if you're a monster, go fight David Morrell, dog.
think how frustrated you gotta be when you try to bite a nigga you in the boxing match with the gloves on national TV right now. Like you literally like how frustrated is you right now, bro? Nah, you ain't getting in there with David, bro. Hell nah. Yeah, nah, I can't do that. I can't even put you in that bitch with Gary O'Sullivan, like it's
Yeah, we can give him O'Sullivan, dog.
Mo
We can give
Sullivan,
him O'Sullivan, dog.
Montiel, throw Montiel, let him fucking bring him up another weight level. God damn, you got what? Damn.
I don't know. Maybe he said, he wanted to try a Colombian dish, and he wanted to then see how old boy, shoulder tasted. So do that with a Cuban dish. You know what I'm saying? Bite the Cuban dish like that and see what happened. You know what I'm saying? The man only has 8 freaking wins, man. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease on deck. Salute at WCS and my brothers in the chat. Salute to you there, Gumbo, for pulling up, brother.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. About no David, bro.
Yeah, he did, Gumbo. Yeah, I mean, that is what it is, man, with him.
Yeah, it is what it is with dude, man. He wilding out here. That was crazy. That was crazy. On me, that was funny as hell. I'm like, damn. I remember that night. I remember Cotto leaving before he even came out. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie. That was a disappointing ass card. That was a disappointing card, bro. On me, like, I think like that was like an all Puerto Rican card. Man, maybe only like 2 of them legitly won, bro. If that,
Yeah.
bro, that shit was like not good. Cotto left early. He was like, man, they wild. And then Xander didn't even fight. Like he had got sick. There, that's what really fucked it up. Xander's
got strep throat.
main event. Yeah. So it was like, yeah. I mean, but hey, Xander back.
It would have been. I was always curious to see if Xander could have stayed at 47. What kind of impression he could have had if he could make the weight. But when he moved up to 54, that was a smart decision because he is growing. He's a big dude, man. So
19.
Yeah. One of the youngest to sign with them. So yeah, I'm just curious of what the saga is gonna be in January or even December after this fight next week. I want to see if anything gonna come up with Spence signing on, or because I'm not gonna get on here and just keep talking about Keith Thurman and Spence when that'll be 2 fights that we don't know that's gonna happen. People telling me that pretty much the Spence and Crawford fight is not happening. He's gonna fight Thurman more so than he gonna fight Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna have to fight somebody, man. Crawford want him to go and fight this mandatory, cause he know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I think Spence can beat him for sure. It's something about. It's just something about. It just seemed like it's something about it. Like I don't know what's up with Thurman when it come with Spence, but he hungry. He willing to get up in there, whether it's for the money and the belts, whatever. He motivated to get back in the ring because he ain't got nothing else, and so that's gonna be a tough fight stylistically for that man. I think he should be able to beat him, but if we see some crazy parallel universe type of shit, man, we might be seeing motherfucking Crawford and Thurman at the end,
No, I doubt that.
Well, shit, man, but
I mean,
I don't know, bro.
don't let me say I doubt that. I don't want to shut it down too quick because I watched that fight. I'll watch Crawford and Thurman. I'll watch it, but I think I'd be too exhausted from being on the Spencer Holics next. If he lose to Thurman, I'd just be too exhausted. I'd be doing like 15 lives a day talking about the same shit, dog. Talk about the same shit. I was like, what happened? What had happened though? What are we talking about? Thurman now is a unified champion again? What? No
But see,
rematch?
and that's why even if it's a nasty, grimy, man. Because if it's one of them, oh, Earl coming. Hey, we gonna see some nasty low blows, nigga.
Yeah.
Nasty. Cause Thurman got them thumpers. Thurman got them things. He boop boop. He going. Hey, Earl gonna swing a nasty left uppercut. Bang! Smash this shit. Hey, I know how Earl coming when people apply pressure on him. Hey, I seen it with Sean Porter. I seen it with Ugas. Shit, he even got Danny one time or two. But hey, like, nah, when that pressure on him, man, I don't know why. Like, I think he be like, man, he trying to fight me dirty. I think he really be thinking that. Like, he probably really thought that was with Sean. I seen Sean head barely touching one time. He started bringing it out. Boom, boom, boom. Like, it's like, oh shit, this man, Earl might be a little, hey, yeah, man. Shout out to them, man. I hope Earl can make some type of fight. Shit, you can't beat. Now you wasting time again. That's how I know your ass was really wasting time. But then I heard him. He said on his Twitter, he gonna get back in the gym. That's the funny shit because he wasn't even in the gym when he was in the gym with Frank Martin. Like, he was just coming through bullshit for the cameras. Because he said on his Twitter, "Oh, I'm gonna get back in the gym after Frank Martin fight," and locked in. Like, so. Yeah, he probably going once or twice a week, you know what I mean? Some shit like that, but you know what I mean, he not even, bro, he wasn't ready to fight this year, bro. He wasn't ready, man. He fought this year, he wanted to take the rest of this motherfucking year off and fight him in the first quarter, man. We gonna do a whole little extravaganza and shit like that. They probably weren't gonna start promoting till like next year. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I already know how they do, bro. I mean, even when they was promoting that Fury shit, that fight, the third Wilder and Fury fight, which was big, bro. They only promoted that shit like a month out. You know what I mean? So
I just been refusing to talk really in depth about Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, because he just gifted that man a Christmas present. That's all. You know what I'm saying? He just helped him out, extended the olive branch all the way from across the pond. So that's what it is, man. There's no point in that because he already defeated the man twice.
On some crazy shit. I don't know
He
what's
defeated the man twice, so I have nothing to really speak on Fury Chisora. You feel me? Like nothing.
yeah. That fight, man, I damn near I know who was coming. I was like, man, it's Fury. And they like, yeah, man. I'm shit. Nah, I just remembered, like, I guess he was supposed to be fighting at the end of the year. Like, bro, that shit, like, that's how he promoted the fight. Retiring 2 times, bro, and giving up the lineal and giving up the Ring magazine title. And that's always the kicker with that nigga, bro.
Who?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury he can't give up the lineal. Somebody have to beat him for it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that shit funny, man. But yeah, man, he got CBS to fucking announce that he retired. So
yeah,
that was
crazy.
Mean,
you look around boxing, they're not doing extremely long promos anymore for some reason. Like, you look at some of the fighters that was getting them mad promo time, you're just not seeing it no more. I don't know. I mean, even with the Canelo fights, man, it wasn't no extremely long promo tour. Like this Crawford Spence shit, it has to be at least 2 stops, man, where they can do a press tour. Seriously, like, you gotta get the people involved, man.
Yeah, the reason why you could do theirs like that, I think you just gotta have that bad blood there. If it ain't that, then what are you gonna do at the press conference? You can't be there. Oh yeah, man, he a great fighter, and it's gonna be a great fight, and this and that. Like, nah, bro. You gotta get that. You know what I mean? Like, damn, make the motherfucking mediator sweating that bitch. You know what I mean? Can't get
I mean,
yeah.
which fight can you take from Spence and say that he's has the type of trash talk that make you remember? Like, go back his last 6 or 7 fights. Who? It wasn't no
Sean
Lamont
Porter.
Peterson.
Sean Porter might be the only fight.
Only fight. You know what I'm saying? And come on, man, that wasn't really the energy that Tony Harrison gave Charlo energy, or Bud Crawford gave Benavidez energy.
Or
You know what
Bud
I'm saying?
Crawford gave Hank Lundy energy.
Yeah, because Hank Lundy was there talking shit about him. Of course, he's gonna give him that energy.
That what I'm saying. That's that shit you gonna get with him. And what you call it. And the crazy thing is, that's
Can
really what
Arrow even talk shit, Q? Can he talk shit besides putting his hand around his waist and emulating the belt?
he really don't talk shit good because when he get to talking shit, only thing he say he gonna stop somebody and you
Yeah,
ain't gonna stop him.
yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm gonna stop you. All right, bro. Yeah, all right. Tell that boy make you do a cartwheel in that bitch. Derrick James gonna say, I just know Derrick James gonna throw the towel in, bro. And the reason why I know that it is because everything is true. Yeah, he got flipped out Ferrari. Yeah, he done fucked up his eye, and yeah, he bro, he out here, doing recreational shit, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So, bro, they gonna have to save his life, bro. He gonna be out there. It's gonna be unless it's like that, which is usually what happened. He hit a motherfucker, bang. Man, they body get to going crazy, like how them old school fight. Like, see, that's why I like Crawford. Like, and Regis too, like, cause they hit you and your body get to doing some crazy shit, like a new way too, man. That's how you know they got some motherfucking power. Tank, like, man, like how Ron, it ain't like how they do it, but like Ron Lyle and Joe Lewis, how they hit people and how they body used to react, or like,
Ernie
uh,
Shavers too.
bro, or like when James Tony hit Montreal Griffin and he nigga did the stanky leg all across the ring and shit. Like, bro, that shit was, yeah. That's like a different type of power where you hit somebody and they mind just disconnect from their body. And that shit just over with. Bud got that type of power. He one of the best finishers in the game. Like, you cannot get hurt around that guy, bro. You cannot get hurt. He is gone. You're not gonna make it out the ring. Like Tank like that too. You can't get hurt. If you hurt, like you're not going to win. You're not going to win. You're not going to. You probably not going to finish the fight, bro. Like them guys got devastating power in finishing. Like they just super accurate. That shit crazy. Yeah.
You think with AB coming back, coming off his fight with Santiago back in 21, you think he have a new profound motivation to get back in there? You think it's gonna be any different? Because he was kind of saying the same thing with Santiago, but time has went by. He had a situation. That's a lot of time to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 years out the ring. That's a long time. But ain't nobody stopped AB. But he just had to come in there and make weight. It seemed like he in the gym training and everything. So, what you think about his motivation level and
Yeah.
shit?
Fuck, man. I fuck with AB. I know he want to do it. I know he want to do it, but I don't know. I just hope he can, man, because I fuck with AB, man. AB a real one. He do real shit. You know, I know personal people that he don't actually bless. So with AB, man, I just hope everything fall through for him. I hope he could get through this fight so he could get to a fight where he could get more money. Whether that's I seen him going back and forth with Regis if he even entertained that shit. Like because Regis ain't got to. He got the title, but like I don't know. I want AB to go out and do good in this next fight, but he's still, man. Is it me or do we still got like a little pot belly?
I mean, listen, I ain't up here to talk about a man physical dimensions. Maybe he in the process of losing that shit. So his fight is in what again?
February,
Is
is it?
he better get the pop? He better get to doing crunches. Shit.
Man, I hope he could do it, man. I like AB, like, and man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I know a lot of people like AB because he get a lot of slack that a lot of fighters wouldn't even get. Like,
Yeah, but he a real one though, man. I like AB, man. He a real one. He may not satisfy a lot of people when it comes to boxing, but people have to understand only certain fighters are held to a standard in boxing. It's not like you need these prerequisites and meet the approval rating and have to go before a board just to become a boxer. That's far from the truth. Like you have people that don't even have boxing skills, don't even train the sport, and they're able to come into here and fight, and they can cook up a record to 7-0, 8-0, and then go in there and make about 30,000 and $40,000. It depends on who it is. You know what I'm saying? They can look halfway decent with no amateur experience and get a shot. So they like the sport has all these damn requirements. This ain't no righteous sport. This is the hurt business, man. This is a very dark, grimy, hurt business. So the shit that people don't seen these fighters do, you have to understand these fighters getting punched in the head. So every now and then, when they got down time, they're gonna act out. They're gonna do something that's related to the profession that they're competing in. They're gonna hit somebody. They're gonna slap the shit out. And they're gonna do crazy shit. They being punched in the head, man.
yeah,
This shit ain't nothing new.
yeah, nah, man. Shit, whatever it is with AB, man, come through, man. Get there so you can get your little bread, do your thing, entertain us, cause we already know AB. AB, he gonna come talk his shit, man. So, hey, I want to see that shit, man. I don't, yeah, get in that motherfucker. He in there, bitch with Cunningham. So, shit. Hopefully, get him in there, get him right. Shit, AB stay disciplined. Tell
He's
this.
he's supposed to be coming in at 140, right?
Uh, yeah, you talking about Regis shit? It got to be 140. You got to get down. You got to get down to that weight, man. We ain't
I
seen
mean,
it.
I was just saying that because it's not like he ain't fought a catch weight before.
Yeah. The only reason he fighting that catch weight is because he can't make the 140.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So we'll see. Cause AB small, man. I don't, but he getting old. Well, really, he not. Man. Salute to AB, man. Goddamn.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to get it in and come in here and show the people that he can make this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? And put on the show. I don't know what the touch is gonna be. I don't know what his opposition is gonna be, but he he would be okay, man. He definitely gotta go in there and show out, man. He got to give us the moments. That's what we want. He got to give us those moments, man. For real. And these fights he got with BLK, he got to show out, man.
Yeah, shit. And that's the thing, man. Shit, AB, bruh. We talking about a 4-time champion, man, and he literally need to be fighting a can. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Yeah, why not? I mean, why not? He, go in there and look good with it. Why not fight one? Shit.
He said shit.
You know what I'm saying? Why not? Get back in the groove, fight a can. Ain't nobody gonna say shit. You've been out the ring for 2 years, bro.
Yeah, fight 2 cans, man.
Yeah. Fight 2 cans of a goddamn mushroom, onion, and motherfucking tomato
Tomato,
sauce. You know what I'm
tomatoes.
saying? Shit, put the whole collage together.
Get this nigga some cream of chicken, man.
Yeah, for real. Cream of chicken, mushroom, all that. Shoes, all the spices, oregano, put all the motherfucking tomato sauce.
Hey, shit. Yeah, man. Me and that's why the AB fight is gonna be so cheap. They ain't got to pay the opponent shit. That nigga. Shit, we gonna pick this nigga up from his job, nigga, and we gonna
Well, that's not the way it works, brother. That's not the way it works. So even with you, okay, you're talking about AB, a 4-weight champion. That B side gonna look. In order for him to not get just an opponent that's just gonna fall out, they got to get him somebody that's worth something, and then they got to pay him. Like, he gonna get paid. You'll be amazed at some of these guys on what they ask for to step in there with somebody like AB. You would be amazed, man. I'm just looking at the video right now. Him getting in the freaking cold tub. He still got some weight to knock off for real around the midsection. Real talk. He got some weight to knock out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he taking an ice bath. He still got a stomach on him, but his people can get that shit off. He just got to be disciplined during the holidays, man.
Ooh. Yeah. He got one more, man. Shit, AB come back strong, man. Keep that man away from them motherfucking. That man away from them dressing and shit, man. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. He supposed to be back. I mean, I don't know. Christmas is late December. That's what fuck fighters up that ain't disciplined. You goddamn got Christmas dinner that it goes from the 24th to 25th and the 26th. You know what I'm saying? Leftovers in that bitch. You got leftovers. And then you want to talk about, okay, man, fuck it, man. I'm getting ready for the new year, man. New Year resolution. I'm good, man. I'm good. Let me tighten up.
New Year resolution. Hey, no more greasy food.
No more greasy food, man. All my shit baked from here on out. Everybody got that. But AB, you ain't gonna be able to tell him shit, dog.
He was like, damn, go on, just put the shit in the air fryer, man. You know what I mean? Them air fryers popping, so shit, them air fryers really saving motherfuckers out here, man.
I know, because I got one. Them things are worth the money.
Facts.
Them things are worth the money. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. But shit, I'm about to go and get off, man. I appreciate you for letting me hop on, man. Talk that shit.
Sure, man. No doubt. For sure. Man, you always welcome over here, man. Y'all be sure to check out freaking LAB, man. Real talk. It's always a pleasure having you in the building, man. Just let them know where they can follow you at.
Man, follow me at Lost Starter Boxing, the lab. You know what I mean? So we go live, every Sunday, and then possibly, if I ain't too busy or, just chilling around the YTC, man, during the week, man, I go live every Sunday, Monday sometime, and Thursday, depending on what the week look like. But, this week or next week, catch me Sunday, I'll probably be live. Or matter of fact, I'm not gonna go live Sunday. My daughter's birthday tomorrow, so I'm gonna be chilling with her this weekend, and on Monday I'm gonna go live. So, or if I got time, I might surprise y'all, but most likely not. But yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate my man World Combat Sports, man, for fucking with me. Let me hop on, man. And, talk shit.
Anytime, bro. And shout out to your daughter, man. Happy birthday to her, man. Well, how is she gonna be down?
6.
Okay, you still got time before pre-chain, dog. You still got time, dog.
Man, I still got a little time, man.
You got time, dog.
Yeah.
You got another good 6 or 7 years, man.
Yeah, she ain't that expensive right now, so.
Yeah, when they get to the freaking stages, they understand what they wearing and what's going on. It's a wrap, dog.
All right, man.
All right, peace, man. Salute to you. Gumbo in the building, man. Shout out to Mac. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Shout out to Mac World on deck. Gumbo say AB isn't beating up Rougarou. Yeah, man. That's gonna be a fight so far up the road. It is a good fight for the name's sake. It is, because I remember when he was, due to fight Josh Taylor. Something was going on with the money. So when he was out, he definitely went on live and he was talking to AB about that. He told him I beat your ass and all that. That fizzled. He went back to the WBSS and lost to Josh Taylor. But it was a damn good fight. Rougarou is nothing to play with, man. You know what I'm saying? Even for Adrian Broner, Rougarou is not anything to play with. And Adrian Broner in shape, man, please. We already know how talented he is. For him in shape, man, it'll be a tough fight. But right now, Regis is active. He's actively putting hands on people. You know what I'm saying? He's actively putting hands on fighters. And he's doing it in dominating fashion. So even though he might not be the biggest trash talker, it'll be a tough fight for AB, man. It'll be a tough fight. I'm not gonna lie, it'll be a tough fight. Man, that shit right there, Willie the Munchkin, man, he gets no play. Saying the same thing all day. I mean, I don't know what he get. I haven't even really mentioned this dude at all. I really don't know what the hell he talking about. If he was talking about anything, it can't be about me. I know Reggie be goddamn going stumping on his helmet, dog. I know that should be hilarious, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he could be bad at certain people, but dude, you saying the same thing. You're threatening people. You're acting like this. You're acting like that. You want to talk about a community this, community that. We done heard all of it, man. And all you do is want to fight here and there. Okay, we got it, dog. We got it. You want to talk about numbers on videos and shit. Man, nobody want to listen to that. Who cares, man? I can't do it, Gumbo. I can't give him the energy, dog. He don't deserve it. It's going to take more. And just, saying the same shit you said back then. Nobody ain't looking at his videos. My videos do more numbers than this. Nobody want to hear that bullshit you talking. We help each other out. We do a community. They highest videos is talking about. No, that's not the case. Stop capping. Our highest videos is not talking about what you got going on. That ain't happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I know who he subliminally talk. Look, put it this way, man. If you're gonna mention dudes' names, stop talking subliminally. I mentioned Cat's name so they can understand it's not subliminal. Like, man, come on, bro. The same thing with Reggie, man. He mentioned names. What's up with y'all dudes not wanting to mention names? Like, you speak around and indirect winding matter and shit. You go in the roundabout. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what damn road you want to get off of. Like, say the name. Stop talking in freaking code. Like, that's going to get you something like. My last 5 videos did more views than them. And, man, say names, dog. Like Mike Tyson, say the names, man. Just say the names. So, look, so we can assure ourselves that the accountability for which we're about to take is directed at the right person. That's it. So it will be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But you just bringing up shit and talking about, they mad at this. Bro, get your super chats. Nobody mentioned that but you. You mention it because you want people to give you more. That's all. You mention people donate to your channel. Don't nobody care about that. If they choose to donate to you, they donate you. You said as if we got a problem with it. Don't nobody have a problem with somebody donating to it. Help that nigga out. For real, because we already done seen him on there and he can't even manage his bills correctly. You don't, bro. It's better for you to just keep quiet, man. You don't want this energy. Just keep quiet, stay behind the logo, and you good, man. You know what I'm saying? You good, bro. Don't come in here talking the same shit about the views on somebody's videos. That's old shit. Come up with some fresh material, bro. If you mad with me or freaking Reggie, just say the name. If you mad with Gumbo, say the name. Like Tyson said, just say the name. Say their name, man, so they can know who you talking about. Stop talking in circles, man. If you want the beef, cook the beef. Don't play around with it. Don't take it out. And they say, you letting it thaw out, and then when you're supposed to put it in the grease on the pan and shit, now the shit is spoiled you because you kept it out. You just wanted to play with it. No, take it out, and if you're gonna cook. That's all. If you're gonna cook, bro. Expert Genius, what's good? Don't sit up here and do all that roundabout way, doing subliminal shit and talking about video views. Your video views, man, has nothing to do with helping you out in life. If you with a community of niggas that you trust them every day. Worry about building up that community. Stop talking about what you do and how y'all love one another, how y'all look out for one another. Nobody cares about that. And then talking about, the main ones that be messing up is the niggas that do this. No, man, stop it. You say the same stuff. You want people to feel sorry for you, but yet you wanna pick up your tone and act like you really saying something new. You ain't saying nothing. You still talking about videos. You still talking about somebody paying attention to you and mention your name. Nobody's mention your name. Is your name Willie the Munchkin? If your name ain't Willie the Munchkin, then don't take accountability for it. The way to get to the point, if you hear your name and you know somebody talking about you, God damn it, respond to them and say their name. So we can cut through all the freaking tape. Expert Genius on deck. What's good? Hey, what's good, WCS and everyone? Been working like crazy. That's what it is, man. You young ones, yeah, that's what it is. I remember those days, man. I'm not here to give you no damn antiquated story way back in the day like I'm in a rocking chair, bro. I remember those days, man. 12-hour days. 12 on, 12 off. I remember that. What they do, Boston Conversations? Yeah, for real, man. Like, come on, man. Nobody have time for that. But, man, it is what it is with the boxing shit. Next week is going down. Tomorrow, matter of fact, I did want to speak on, some MMA topics. I don't know if y'all know the guy named Brian Johnson. They call him the Liver King or something like that. It was a white guy who had this shredded physique, and he was telling people that it had everything to do with him eating liver, but it wasn't roids, it wasn't pads, and he just got busted recently for a load of pads, dog. And he had been telling people and lying to him that it was just straight liver protein. Now, this is my take on it. I'm gonna give my take on it now. But the dude was super shredded and everything, man, crazy shape. But all you got to do is just look at his abdominal area. You know what I'm saying? Abdominal region. You can tell, that the leanness of liver is not going to have the bloat that pads give you. You know what I'm saying? When you like that. When you just, the dry, matted look, the grainy look that your body get when you're on that shit. Liver's not going to give you that. But peep this out. I'm like this. This is my take on it. If you are eating liver the way he eats liver, man, give the man a pass. He is a different type of dude. Seriously, he's a different type of dude. So just the mere fact that he's eating some nasty ass liver, I swear to you, man, I've back in the day, I've cooked some liver and gave it to my dog, and that mug looked at me like, hey, stop playing with me. You about to force me, goddamn, to go to the kennel, or me trying to defend myself. You feed me something like that, I'm going for straight for your ankles, for real. I'm biting the shit out of you. This man is eating raw liver like he's eating liver all the time. You got to give him a pass, man. Just say fuck it, man. You know what I said? We know you on that, but you really is eating liver. Not too many human beings can just eat liver the way he does. So give the man a pass, man. I don't have too much on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sweating it too much, bro. Seriously, I'm not sweating that shit too much. John Jones supposed to be coming back next year, man. A fighter that haven't been beat yet in the UFC. It's rumor mill he may come back and fight Francis Ngannou or Stipe Miocic at heavyweight. We don't know yet. John Jones has been out, I think, close to like a couple of years now, if I'm not mistaken. So the MMA world has been waiting, you know, for John Jones to come back and attempt to go on this reign in the heavyweight division. But he has Francis Ngannou there. Francis Ngannou, he's shown his toughness. He's a big Nigerian. You know, at one point in time, Francis Ngannou, Kamaru Usman, and Israel Adesanya took a picture of the three kings, you know, like the Wakanda pose. And then those kings have since, you know, been losing titles. Kamaru Usman lost his title to Leon Edwards via left high kick. Israel Adesanya lost his title via fifth round punches. So we're trying to see if Francis Ngannou can be the last one, bro. That's what I tell you in mixed martial arts. The blacks, if you give it a shot and you win, you win. In boxing, people, you know, I don't know. It's the corruption and everything, and I don't know, man. People want to put racism and blacks can't get this, blacks can't do that. But dude, in mixed martial arts, man, you know, more so talking about the UFC right now, it's been so many black champions just like it's been white champions. Real talk, Demetrius Johnson reigned forever and a day back then. You know what I'm saying? You had the Rashard Evanses and Rampage Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had some brothers that really reigned back there, man. Way back when UFC just got started. So that shit, I don't know. You got Aljamain Sterling at 35 that's reigning right now. You know? You've had John Jones that was just running the light heavyweight division for a good minute. You have Rashad Evans that was in there, Sugar Rashad. So the way the titles contention goes and the title eliminators and every now and then the interim titles in the UFC, it doesn't even compare to the way boxing do business for these guys moving up the rankings and shit. One thing about the UFC, they're going to put you in rotation. And you come off the conveyor belt into the cage, you win, you're going to continue to get to the top. It's up to you to go in there and win the big one. That's all I'm saying, man. It's up to you to win the big one. He got that wild boar liver. Hey, man, that shit is lean as hell, but not to give him the physique that he has right now. You know, and you can tell he's taking a cutting agent, how lean and dry he is and how vascular he is, man. That's just unhealthy, bro. Hell no, I ain't eating no raw liver. I can barely eat motherfucking liver that's cooked perfect. I still don't like it. Yeah, they say they want John Jones to lose bad. Yeah, I mean, who can do it, man? Is it Francis Ngannou? Let's see. Ngannou has improved since losing. You know what I'm saying? Those fights early on. He's improved. You know, he lost to Derek. He's improved big time. It's going to be a good match. That's going to be a big pay-per-view fight. John Jones coming back to fight Francis Ngannou off a layoff. As much as they talk about layoffs over in boxing, look, if John Jones come back and fight a fighter like Francis Ngannou off a layoff, that just goes to show you it's another guy in mixed martial arts that's saying ring rust, cage rust, it don't mean anything. You just got to stay active in the gym. Done dot on deck. What's good? Randy Couture, best James Toney in the UFC. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those deals where I salute James Toney for having the cojones to step in there. But Randy Couture didn't even play around with potentially allowing James Toney to connect on him. So changed levels, took him down, and then he just played with him. But I commend James Toney for getting in the cage with him, because a lot of boxers would not do it. But yet, you know, you have people talk about Ray Mercer. They have to understand Ray Mercer was, you know, by that time he wasn't competing in boxing no more. So for him to go in there and land that shot on Tim Sylvia the way he did was everything Randy Couture was trying to avoid. Because nobody would have thought that Tim Sylvia would allow Ray Mercer to knock him out like that. But he absolutely did. That's how much power Ray Mercer still possessed. And you're talking about a boxer turned mixed martial artist. It's not uncommon. It's just talking about, are you talking about the lack of skill set with these boxers? That comes into play. Not being able to stuff a takedown, not being able to throw a single kick. Not everybody can come over here like Holly Holmes and have her skill set, her kickboxing down to a T, where she's comfortable to throw kicks. You know what I'm saying? She's comfortable with punch kick combinations. Not every boxer is like that, unless you practice while you was boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Like a mixed martial artist can come over here and box. They can put on some gloves and they can do what they do, but they still gonna look awkward. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna look awkward, but yeah. You see a lot of MMA fighters coming over to boxing now. Chris Cyborg, you know, Holly Holmes thinking about returning to the sport, where she was like a 18-time world champion. They have people that's coming over here, bro, from boxing to try it out. Make another paycheck. You see Carissa Shields. I think her next fight is gonna be in mixed martial arts again. She's 1-1 over there. The girl in her division just lost. Kayla Harrison, 155-pound champ. She just lost her title. She's a 2-time tournament winner. She won $2 million off that, just like Lance Palmer. You know, shout out to Lance over there in Ohio. You know, she suffered her first loss. But that's the division Carissa Shields in. That's a tough division. She still doesn't have enough all-around mat training. You know what I'm saying? She's going to have to get on the mat, man. She's going to have to let them girls put in the mat time with BJJ. Get out of uncomfortable positions. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel like you dominated. Carissa comes off of one of those type of people. She don't want to be dominated nowhere. But in mixed martial arts, you have to put yourself from the bottom position and the top position to just pretty much get fluently educated on what you're supposed to do. Because when she overly commit on a power punch and her opposition duck under, slip that punch underneath, get in on the hips quick, it's over. And you're on your back. Now you got to work your way off your back. Not just with anybody, but anybody with a little bit of BJJ skills, and they transition position before submission, and they get full mount, they go side control to full mount. Man, come on, man. It's going to be tough for her to get out of that. Real talk. It's going to be just like elementary school when people used to always go for the legs and jack you up, as they used to call it, and get on top of you, and you can't do nothing. Nah, you don't want to do that in a professional sport like that. My last topic on MMA, man, we got Aljamain Sterling potentially facing Henry Cejudo. Like I always tell y'all, Henry Cejudo, man, one of the only gold medal wrestlers, Olympian wrestlers that you would know. The way he came up was very rough, man, him and his family. And he not only, was able to win a gold medal, but he was able to come back after losing to Demetrius Johnson in the flyweight division, which is 125 pounds. He was able to return back damn near 2 years later and defeat Mighty Mouse. and pick up his first championship in the UFC. So that was his coming out. Like, people knew he had potential, but that was his coming out. So he defeated Demetrius Johnson, and that was Demetrius Johnson's last fight in the UFC before he was traded to one championship for Ben Askren. But he was an absolute legend, Demetrius Johnson, and Henry Cejudo beat him. And then word got out that Dana White wanted to shut down the 125-pound division. So what he decided to do is present Henry Cejudo with an offer, right, to face, the reigning defending 135-pound bantamweight champion and T.J. Dillashaw, because a lot of people thought that T.J. Dillashaw, a multi-time bantamweight champion, would easily defeat Henry Cejudo. That's what they thought. I mean, the dude was highly talented, but I guess Henry Cejudo wanted too much money, so they switched up and they brought it to T.J. Dillashaw, because the fight was going to be at 35, but they offered him a bag he couldn't refuse. He couldn't turn it down, so he came down to 125 pounds. So this was going to allow all right, that's enticing, right? So he came down there, and Henry Cejudo knocked out T.J. Dillashaw in the first round. Knocked him clean out. He became champ. He called himself Triple C. You know what I'm saying? Triple C. 3-time champion. Gold medal champion and 2-time UFC champion. You know what I'm saying? The flyweight world champion and the bantamweight world champion. And for T.J. Dillashaw, he ended up being suspended, popping positive for EPO. It just went all downhill from there. He lost his title. He popped positive, and he was suspended. You know what I'm saying? So now Henry Cejudo, he retired. He said, "I'm done. I bend the knee. I made them bend the knee, so I'm retired." Now supposedly, Aljamain Sterling, who is absolutely taking over the bantamweight division, word is that he might be coming out of retirement to face Aljamain. Henry Cejudo may indeed be coming out of retirement to face Aljamain. That's wild. That's gonna be wild, because right now Sterling, man, being he put away Petr Yan, and he pretty much proved that he's that guy, man. Like, he shut down T.J. Dillashaw. They gave him another shot. He shut down T.J. Dillashaw, beat him. Now he needs some more competition. And for what I hear, Triple C may be coming out of retirement. That's gonna be pretty tough. They say the man weighing like 170. You know what I'm saying? But let's see if that happens, bro. That'd be a good fight, man. That'd be a good fight. Cejudo's a different type of animal. Aljamain's a different type of animal, dog. Funk Master, man, he's a different type of dude, bro. Seriously. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. I hate to admit I quit BJJ after a week, bro. I wasn't ready mentally at 23. I mean, that's one of those sports just like wrestling where you're gonna have full contact with your sparring partner. You know what I'm saying? It's no way to learn BJJ unless you are in full contact with whoever is your sparring partner, your mat partner. And it's not like blacks don't do BJJ. You just don't see a large number of blacks in BJJ. I don't know what it is, man. But you see a lot of Europeans, foreign countries. You see them competing at a young freaking age, man. A young age. I cover BJJ tournaments. You might see some brothers in there every now and then, but why? Like, one thing I don't see a lot of is black women in BJJ. Why? You'll see more brothers in wrestling, but BJJ, nah. I don't know, bro. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Mighty Mouse was dominant, man. Exceeded Anderson Silva's freaking defense record with 11 title defenses, man. That's the GOAT, man. Demetrius Johnson is a bad dude, man. Demetrius Johnson is a bad dude. Real talk. I just wish he knew how to box. It'll be good to see him and Tank Davis, do a crossover. You know what I'm saying? Because the highest he fought was 135. And he's one championships champion. You know what I'm saying? But he's a highly skilled fighter. And being that him and Tank compete at the damn same weight, you know what I'm saying? 135 pounds, it'll be great if they can put on some boxing gloves. You know what I'm saying? It'll be crucial for Demetrius, being that he's coming, but he's a very smart fighter. He can box too. It's just nobody really talks about that. Like, one thing they criticized Demetrius Johnson for was his lack of freaking you know what I'm saying? He's more so of an introvert. So he don't talk that much. He's a competitive gamer. And that's the most you hear him talk when he's gaming. But yeah. Man, big shout out to everyone who pulled up, man. No doubt. We got the fights popping off tomorrow, of course. A lot of people going to be tuned in to Roman Gonzalez and Juan Estrada in their trilogy. A lot of people thought that Chocolatito won the rematch, having already beat Juan Estrada before. Let's see how this plays out, bro, because, it was plenty of times I was looking at the pound for pound list. I was like, who is this dude? Okay, Juan Estrada. They keeping him on the back end of the pound for pound. They had mad love for him. So let's see how this fight goes down tomorrow, man. With this, let's see how it goes down, and then you're gonna have people. I know you're gonna have people just tuned in to the Fury Chisora. Oh wow, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a epic classic. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Tyson Fury, no matter what the antics he was doing, I think he has respect for Derek Chisora. I can't see him getting him up out of there early and doing him dirty. I think he's going to allow Derek Chisora to have some moments to make it entertaining for the crowd. But no, I don't see Chisora beating Fury. Seriously, I don't. I don't see it, bro. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it, y'all. Let me see if I miss anything. If you haven't hit the like button, man, hit the like button out the door. Appreciate it. It's always a pleasure seeing y'all pull up, man, especially on the Friday, and support the channel. Until next time, man, y'all turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.